Victory for Watford on the road as they took on Norwich City. 3 points and 3 goals. So plenty to talk about here on Hive Live Extra. Joining us, as always, former Watford striker Tommy Mooney. Tommy, we wanted a positive performance and that's what we got.
Yeah, absolutely. From the very first whistle, within a minute of the game, Ismaïla Sarr's whipping a ball into a goal scoring area. So I think they went on from there and they look comfortable at times, and it's really good to see.
Yeah, massively, and important to get that first goal as well. I know we'll talk more in depth shortly, but obviously getting that first goal, it really did set the benchmark for the side today.
It did, and from another good cross from Cucho Hernández. We talked about it before the game, the relationship with Ismaïla and Cucho, and Emmanuel Dennis getting into the goal scoring areas, which is the most important thing. And I thought they just went from strength to strength, really. You'd expect Norwich to have chances, and Pookie took his goal very, very well. But yeah, good day.
Well, plenty for us to talk about on today's Hive Live Extra. But don't just take our word for it. Here's the highlights.
Everybody continuing to take the knee this season to underline the ongoing battle against discrimination. Well, these two clubs have headed in very similar directions over recent seasons. Relegated together, promoted together. Now they're on a collision course at Carrow Road.
Just held back a moment.
Here goes Dennis. And just got a glimpse of the target. Was a goal scorer on debut. Emmanuel Dennis in the victory against Aston Villa, looking to add to that early impression. And slotted straight back into the side and delivers dangerously. There's the opening goal for the Hornets. A spectacular celebration from Emmanuel Dennis in the right place at the right time.
Too far away, they don't get close at all, do they?
Forward here by Norman. Again, asking Pookie to chase it. This time he will get there first. And keeps his composure.
I wouldn't say it made it easy for Pookie, but I think he's very cool in these situations. Yeah, he just slides it past the goalkeeper, no problem.
Sissoko is able to find Cucho Hernández. Ismaïla Sarr's done wonderfully well. And into 2 added minutes we go at the end of the half, where Watford are in again looking for their second goal. Now Ngakia. Slipping it into the run of Josh King, who's got Sarr in the middle. Really well worked Watford goal.
Josh King cleverly cuts the ball back. Nobody within, 8-10 yards of him.
Put back dangerously. Where the shot is saved by Foster and the flag is up. Cleverly will chase after this and get to it and finds Josh King. This is King, good save, but the rebound is in and the flag is up. Ozan Tufan is the Norwich City defender that might just be playing him on. The goal is given.
Yeah, goes on a half volley. Good touch from Josh King. He'll be disappointed it's not him who's making it 3, but Sarr following up with a nice composed side foot. Easy to miss that one. There's so little goal to aim for and to actually beat your teammate who's coming across your line.
Well, what a vital victory this is for Watford, who win away for the first time since their return to the top flight and put 6 points between themselves and Norwich City. The distance by which they trailed them as these two came up from the Championship together last season. But as Watford start to feel at home back in the top flight and kickstart their campaign with their second win of the season.
Well, there we go. Our first 3 points on the road this season. That takes us to 6 points in total so far in the Premier League. And plenty for us to talk about now. Tommy Mooney, let's talk about the first goal, shall we? Because that's Emmanuel Dennis' second goal of the season and he took it so well.
He did. He's in the right place at the right time. Didn't have to get an awful lot of contact on it because the cross was such high quality from Cucho going in there, and we'd created chances before that, just not put the ball in the right area. And for him to get another goal, I thought his energy and enthusiasm today was excellent.
Now, of course, if you watched Hive Live before the match, you noticed we were talking about Cucho and saying how important it was him coming back into the side today. And when he put that ball in, we just looked at each other, didn't we, and said, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he just gives you that extra dimension and another option, so it's not as obvious as Ismaïla Sarr putting the crosses in from the right hand side. And he loves to get forward. And that relationship is key to the Watford being a success. It was last year, it certainly would be this year.
I think something that really added to that goal was the celebration. Did you used to have that in your locker, the backflips?
Funny enough, I've hurt my knee and my back just watching Emmanuel Dennis do that today. No, I was a basic one hand. That was me.
Just the one. Well, that was a really good goal. Did you go 2?
I might go 2 when I'm stood in front of the Watford supporters. Yeah, maybe.
Love that. No, hopefully we'll see more of those celebrations, and hopefully we'll see some of those at Vicarage Road as well for all the fans to get behind as well. The Norwich goal against the runner play slightly, obviously disappointing to concede like that, but Pookie, he hadn't scored in those 4 games against us previously, but he managed to get one today.
Yeah, he did. He was a constant threat. He is a really good striker, and he finished it really well. Maybe Ben will be a little bit disappointed. He hasn't got an arm to it because it was close to his body, but it's a really good finish. And he's running all game. He ran in behind 3 or 4 times off the back of our defenders, and you could argue he deserved his goal too.
It's 1-1 at half time. Early part of the second half, it seemed like neither side could really quite get hold of the game. Did you kind of see it that way as well? Yeah, it
went a little bit still. Normally, in the opening 5 minutes of a second half, it becomes a little bit frenetic, and there's, the changeover of possession is constant. But it was almost like both teams. It was a game of basketball almost. Both teams were prepared to sit in their shape, and then obviously the goal changes it. When that comes, it changes the shape of the game.
Yeah, of course, Sarr with that second goal for Watford. Josh King was involved in the second and third goal. He's not quite got himself on the score sheet yet, but he's getting in positions to put the assists in and help his teammates.
He did. In the first half, he made one good run and his shot was blocked. In the second half, I think it's sometimes with the striker, when he goes into wider areas, he knows what other players want, because it's what he would want if it was role reversal. So he's put it in first time into a really good area, pulled it back, and Sarr, as Dennis was in the first half, was the right place at the right time. And that's probably the key to scoring goals. You've got to be there at the right place at the right time.
And of course, we can't not talk about how that second goal build-up started, because Sissoko, did he mean the dummy pass that didn't happen, or just he recovered well though from it?
If he meant it, he's a far better player than I thought he was. But no, I think he recovered really quickly.
Yeah.
He kept the ball, and the switch of play, again, we talked about that before the game, was key to it really. And the quicker you do that, the more you confuse defences, and we got him behind him again.
There was some great play out from the back today, wasn't there? Danny Rose put a few balls through as well, just played it really quickly and spread the ball across the pitch. That was really good to see. And let's just talk about the second goal for Sarr. VAR, we'll go to that again. Originally given offside, but when you look it back, he was well onside.
No, we could see watching it well before the official decision came through. It was going to be a goal that counts. And again, like we say, some good work and combination play, and sometimes when you're on the front foot, the ball falls in the right place, and it's actually a tidy finish.
It was. So 3-1 was how it ended. Time now for some exclusive post-match reaction.
Danny, that was a really big win today at Norwich, wasn't it? Just how significant are those 3 points?
Yeah, there was massive, considering we had a bit of an upset last weekend at home. We know these next couple of games before the next international break are massive, because after that we play the top 6, so we know that's going to be hard enough in itself. So yeah, games like today where we have to, the teams that are going to be possibly in and around us, we have to make sure we get results, and not only the result today, but the performance was brilliant. So we're over the moon.
Xisco spoke before the game about starting with intensity, and that's exactly what he got today. Just how important was that strong start?
Yeah, it was massively important. He spoke highly about starting games right, and letting teams know that we're here. We worked a lot on that in training this week, and it was great that we managed to implement the game plan today, and I thoroughly think we deserved the 3 points today.
It was a wicked cross from Cucho that led to Dennis's opener. How good was it having his quality on that flank again today?
Yeah, throughout the week we do a lot of crossing and finishing. Kiko's first game back in a while, and he just showed the quality that he possesses in the final third. And not only that, Dennis, he's got in, beat his man, and it was a great finish. And he could have possibly had 2 today, and Ismail could have had probably 3 or 4. So, if we're going to do well this season, Ismail and Dennis and Kingy or Fletcher or the offensive players are going to be vital for us this season.
You showed real character this afternoon and stood up to some pretty strong pressure, particularly at the start of the second half. Did the team show a kind of resilient and mature side today?
Yeah, we spoke a little bit about last week where, we conceded, I think, 75 minutes and, we just sort of looked depleted after that. And, that was something the manager, he wasn't very happy about. He wants us to always believe until the last minute of the game. It doesn't matter if we go 1-0 down or, if it's like today where we're 1-1. He wants us just to keep going, keep believing, keep fighting till the very end. And I feel as if we showed that today.
2 more goals for Sarr. Just how good is he?
Yeah, he's brilliant. Obviously, I hope he's here for a very long time, but the ability that he has, it shows that he has the ability to play at a high level. But I played against him once before I came to Watford, and I had a difficult time against him. So, and pretty much I'm up against him, all week in training. So I know firsthand how brilliant and effective he is. And as I said, he could have had 4 today, but it was just great that he's off the mark with, I think he's on 3 goals now, and long may it continue.
You did look a real threat on the counter-attack again, just like against Aston Villa on the opening day. Is that the key to success this season, using that pace we have in attack?
No, I think it just, each game will have different tactics. We know Norwich are a possession-based team. We analysed, how they play in and out of possession. And we knew, as soon as we won the ball back, we knew that we could hurt them straight away with the pace that we have on the flanks. So I think on counter-attacking, we've got enough in the team to hit anybody in this league.
There were some lovely scenes at the end, a lovely moment, the fans singing your name and the whole team went over to applaud. It was great to see that at the end.
Yeah, we fully are thankful for the effort, the support that that they give us. It's been a year and a half where we've not had that, and we want to every game we want to make sure that we put in a performance and get results that warrants the appreciation that we have for the fans. It's a long way that they've had to travel today, and it's the least that we could do, that we put in a performance, and we won 3 points for them.
More great exclusive post-match reaction there here on Hive Live Extra. Busy week coming up then, Tommy. First of all, what's Xisco going to do between now and Tuesday?
Well, I think he'd be delighted with the performance, and with that performance comes the points. And now it's a switch to the Carabao Cup, where you could argue it could be a very different starting 11 to the one that started today, but it's a strong squad, and it's quite an equal ability squad. So it'll be a strong team that goes and plays against Stoke on Tuesday. They've had a good start to the Championship season. It'll be a tough game, which then leads us into a great opportunity next Saturday. 2
home games as well. We mentioned before that atmosphere, how important that is. It's going to be pivotal for those 2 games as well. The fans inside that stadium making lots of noise.
Yeah, I think, and particularly with such a good performance today away at Norwich, and the travelling support was outstanding again, as you'd expect. But then 2 home games for the supporters to see the players perform, hopefully to the level that they did today on Tuesday, and then that just builds up into Saturday. And we talked about how important this 7 days could be. It's a great start.
And Newcastle, they're always there for the taking.
Well, they've got their own troubles, and confidence breeds success in a football team. And an away performance today, away win in the Premier League. We talk about the importance of 3 points at home, but to pick 3 points up on your travels is just the icing on the cake, really. So now it's back to foundation. Hopefully that Newcastle one, we get 3 points at home.
Fingers crossed. Tommy, thank you very much for joining us as ever here on Hive Live Extra. So a couple of games coming up this week. There's Tuesday and there's Saturday. Of course, that Tuesday game, 7:45 kickoff as we take on Stoke City here at Vicarage Road. If you want to come and join us for that one, it's tickets.watfordfc.com. Two big games. Could it be a fruitful 7 days? A win on Tuesday and the win against Newcastle would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, thanks for joining us here on Hive Live Extra, and we'll see you next time.
Click below to subscribe.